Hi, how are we today, guys? I hope you had a nice weekend. What are you up to? I am getting ready. I've got a couple of appointments today. I a busy bit, not really, but welcome back. If you're first time here, hi, I'm Els, and I'm a crazy person from London. What they call eccentric. Another meaning for strange, weird, unusual, just a little bit crazy, but we like that, right? Yes. So today I want to do a very quick makeup to go out. My hair is still a mess. I just out of the shower, and I did tell you the story in my previous video about how I end up in London and the story about my background. Don't know if I mentioned that in the last video about my jobs and experiences, but I think we're gonna go slowly from one step to another to discover the real Elle. I did mention that I was on film with Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx, and that was a highlight for January. And now we need a highlight for February, absolutely, because I am excited about this year. I hope this year is gonna bring me a lot of fun and achievements and successes. We did cover the subject of success a little bit in the previous video, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. I promise not to bore you much. I'm not gonna do videos every day, but why not? Maybe I will. I will try to do as many as possible because I was always putting away the fact that I wanted to be a blogger. I wanted it for many years. We're talking about 5 something years, and finally I'm doing something. Yes, I'm not perfect. I don't do editing. I don't do fancy intro. I know nothing about that, and to be honest, I simply without disrespect to you guys, I don't want to waste my time doing this. I'd rather do this and make you happy. You know what I mean? I hope it works. Anyways, let's get to the makeup. My skin is not particularly wonderful last few months. I don't know what is happening. Most likely I'm not well. But we will cover that in the next uh, in the next episode, as they say. I'm gonna do just hydrating mist to start with, because my both of my moisturizing creams have finished, and I need to browse my big bags of cosmetics and makeup to find something nice. So I'm starting with the gripping primer, and I'm gonna tell you a story about this girl in front of you. So yes, I came to London when I was 23, very naive, very silly, very trusting people, and I met that lovely gentleman, my husband to be, and this is quite a story, I think. Again, I've mentioned that in the last video that the only place I was prior to the UK was Finland, Helsinki. And I only went there for a weekend, and the reason is, you need to know the reason. Okay, if I start telling you about my love life, that might take a while, but it's definitely very, very interesting. So when I was back in Russia, I at the age of, I believe, maybe 20, 21, I've registered on a dating website. That time we only started having internet and computers, and I was definitely very, very new to all that. So I had a job that time in a travel agency. I've mentioned that in the last video. And we had IT guy, I guess, what you call it, IT support for all our computers and internet and etc. phone lines, because it was a quite famous travel company called Sputnik. They had branches all around Russia, incoming and outgoing tourism. It was quite big, and I'm quite honored to be part of it. So one day that IT guy said to me, why don't we create for you an email? And I'm like, oh my God, what is that? What is email? That shows my age, right? Anyway, we've created for myself an email, and then he said to me, why don't we register you for a dating website? And I'm like, yay, let's do it. So we did register, and I received few emails. I wouldn't say I was very popular, but I definitely had an interest from guys from abroad. So it wasn't local dating agency or marriage agency, as they used to be called back then. They would say bride. How do they say that? Bride, letter bride on letter. Anyways, it was a marriage agency, so obviously people would like someone and invite them over to their country or come down to Russia to meet in person, and then, you know, see if connection was there. So I got a letter from a gentleman from Sweden. He invited me over. He sent me then a letter, like a proper letter, and he sent me the, if I'm not mistaken, he sent me about 200 euros or dollars, can't remember the currency back then. And I was supposed to go to the embassy to apply for the Schengen visa and buy a ticket to go and see him in Sweden. I went to the embassy to apply for the visa, and I failed. They didn't give me the visa, and the reason was because that was the first Schengen visa. If you don't know, if you're not from European country, you would never know how difficult it was to get a visa anywhere to the outside world from USSR, Russia. So I sent him, I think he called me or he emailed me asking if I got the visa, and I said to him that I was rejected, and he thought I lied about it and just don't want to come, or I took the money and disappeared. And unfortunately, that happened many times with foreigners. A lot of scam was going on even back then, you know. I'm not even talking about now. Back then it was scam as well. So he was upset. He thought I lied. And then I got a message from another gentleman, and he said to me that he's coming to Russia and he would like to meet me. And he comes to Russia every year because he's a teacher of some sort. And, you know, he will be staying for about a month or so, and he's happy to meet me. And here I was, all excited. So we met in a coffee shop. Sorry. I'm just looking back at my life. I'm just thinking how stupid I was. Oh my God. And you know what? He was called Henry. He said that he was American living in Finland, and he is teaching something, and he comes to St. Petersburg every year to teach. And here I was, stupid, believing every word he was saying. So we had dinner. Then we met a second time. I came to his house. You know what happened there? Oops. Everything was nice. And then I think I've fallen in love with the guy, I think. Sorry, I'm not gonna do any more makeup because simply because I packed everything away. I will be a couple of days not at home, so I don't wanna do anything. The only thing I'm gonna put is the powder because my face is a little bit too shiny. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, let me do a little bit of concealer. Maybe it will open my eyes a little bit. So let me finish the story before you get bored. So yeah, I think I've fallen in love with the guy. I decided to surprise him. I was at work and I said, let me go and see. I think it was his birthday or something else. I don't know. Or it was just me. Anyways, I was at work and I was like, I'd like to see him. So I decided to surprise him. His home was like the other side of the city. And back then, 1 hour away from the place was a bit too much. Now, after living in the UK, after living in London, I understand that 1 hour 30 is like typical to go commuting anywhere. So, but back then it was a little bit of a mission for me. Anyways, it was winter, very cold. I went to see him at the train station, underground station. I saw something like a card. I bought him a card and I bought him little souvenir of some sort, Russian souvenir. I thought it was really cute. Anyways, I'm going there, excited, nervous, very nervous, and I think this is my first. I'll tell you. Okay. Don't make me rush. So what has happened after? So I come to his place. He opens the door and he says to me, why did you come? I said, I wanted to surprise you. That's how I am, you know, full of surprises, this girl. And he said to me, you should have warned me. I said, what? You're not alone? And I opened the door and there was another girl there. And I was heartbroken. And I think this was my first heartbreak. So I was really upset. I was going home more than an hour from that place because it was an hour from the whole the office I worked, and it was more than an hour from the area I lived. I lived if I'm not mistaken, North St. Petersburg. So I was so upset. I was crying all the way. I was so upset. And then that was, I believe, 2021 maybe? No, 2001, I think. Then I moved to London. I had a boyfriend in Russia, but that is a completely different story. We're not going to be talking about that today. I'll tell you all in the right time. So we're talking about 20 something years ago. I moved to London when I was 22, so 2002. And in about 2003 or 4, I received an email from Henry saying, it was nice to meet you in Russia. I'm sorry that what happened, blah, blah, blah. I am now living in Spain. Would you like to come and visit me in Spain? I'm like, yep, I don't mind. I mean, no hard feelings, right? But I did want some kind of revenge. I did want to know him. I guess I was still not in love, but I still had some kind of warm feelings towards the guy. So I said yes, and he said to me, okay, I'll buy you a ticket and come like in a week or two, basically. And I didn't think anything about Schengen visa, because although I had visa to the UK, I didn't have visa to Europe. So guess what happened? This is crazy. I went to Spanish embassy to apply for the visa, and they rejected it. They rejected it because they said that I was traveling, like, let's say next Saturday or this Saturday, and I came like on Monday, and they said that it takes 2 weeks to get the visa ready, so it won't be ready on time. And I said that to him. I sent him an email, or I can't remember whether we were talking on the phone back then, but it was an email definitely. So I sent him an email saying, sorry, this is the problem. My visa is not going to be ready on time, so I cannot come. And he's like, you've done it purposely. You didn't want to come. You wanted to teach me a lesson. You wanted me to spend the money for the ticket. I bought you red shoes, blah, blah, blah. And again, that was a second heartbreak from him, because I truly wanted to come and I truly was going all the way, but you know, circumstances were against me, I guess. Or I was just, you know, they say everything happens for a reason. Maybe God or the universe just sent me away from that person for a reason. So let's see. Let's see. Anyways, that was the last time I've heard from the guy. Never heard from him again. Disappeared. But that was a story that left me heartbroken. Oh yeah, I've mentioned the fact that I went to Finland. So the reason I went to Finland, from the same dating website, I met a guy. I can't remember now his name, but he was, oh, actually, maybe I've mixed up the names. Maybe that guy was not Henry. Maybe that guy was Juan. I think he was Juan. Yeah, Henry was that guy. So I met a guy. He came to St. Petersburg. We had coffee in a coffee shop. It was a nice chit chat, you know, we had fun. We had a really nice time together. And then he said to me, I'm going to Finland. Do you want to come to Finland? We're going to meet there. And I'm like, yeah, why not? So that was the reason I actually went to Finland, not to see Finland, but to meet the guy. I arrived, like, I had only weekend there. So I arrived, I would say, like in the afternoon or in the evening. We met up in the evening. I spent the night with him. And then we said to each other goodbye in the morning. And I went back to Russia. So I didn't really see Finland. So officially, UK and in particular London was the first foreign place I actually seen. How crazy is that? But you know, maybe that's why, now I'm thinking about it, maybe that's why I still am charmed by the place, and I still feel like I'm in love with everything in the UK. in London in particularly. I don't know. I don't know. What do we think, guys? Anyway, so these are two stories from my very, very, very early time when I was young and beautiful and still so naive. I think next time I'm gonna tell you a story how I met my first husband and about my adventures in the UK. I think that's when the adventures start. Oh, actually, no, it started, I think, pretty much from the day 5 when I was in the UK. Because the first thing what happened to me here was not falling in love. It was getting an allergy. I never had allergy in my life. I'm not allergic to anything. When I arrived to London, I stayed with my friend in a hotel because I was meant to go and get a job in that hotel. But unfortunately, that time I dyed my hair bright red, I cut it short, and I thought I looked stylish. Maybe I looked stylish for Shoreditch and Brixton, but I wasn't definitely stylish for Westminster area. So I went for an interview and the guy said to me, "You have a very nice smile, but I cannot give you the job because you don't fit the profile of the hotel." And so you understand, I was wearing a leather jacket, a black skirt with slits on the side, and high black boots. I look like a proper. Oh, God. But anyways, guys, that's probably a story for another time, but I just wanted to tell you that the first thing what I got, so I was living in a hotel, and I don't know, maybe it was the bad linen, or maybe it was the chemicals they used to wash the linen with. But anyways, like first couple of days I was covered with bad rash, like it was terrible. I went to Boots, I got some creams, I got some pills, I got I didn't know what it was. It was so bad. So this is my first interesting experience in London. The first thing I got is not love, but rush. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry if I bore you a little bit. Never mind. Ignore me. I am ready now. I'm gonna put the rest of the makeup probably on the train as always, or maybe I'm not gonna put anything at all because I'm not going anywhere special, you know, it's just the doctors. And then I can tell you more stories next time. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for being with me, and if you enjoy that, please like and comment, please, because it helps with my channel that is very fresh now. I started it so many times in the past and I never made it work, and the reason is I was always looking for a reason, you know, how to make it the best channel ever, but we know the drill. You just go with the flow, do it, and then it will all come into place one day. So hopefully this time in 2025 I can finally, after 5 years of, maybe even more than 5 years of failures, it's not failures, it's just procrastination, too much expectations, too much concerns, stress, drama. I'm finally doing something that I think I was meant to do a long time ago. But saying that, you know, now I am a completely different person. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I was not who I am now. And I think maybe it is the right time, when I am in the right state of mind, to give you something that will actually work. All right, then, on this happy note, have a lovely day. Whatever you do, don't forget to smile and stay blessed. And I will see you very soon. Ciao for now.